Amal is like my bumper friend.
Amal is a talent which directly connects to my father. Wow. And the talent that of सरदार मलिक साहब, जो टैलेंट का जो कोर था, जब भी ये किसी गाने का अंतरा बनाते हैं, whenever he sits down and really takes the song, कि मुखड़े सब हिट बनाते हैं, but here is a boy. Whenever I watched him play something, he used to either get frustrated with the piano and go away, or within 15-20 minutes come up with a tune, which I used to say, how is it possible? But he doesn't want to be a factory. He is a person which is completely focused कि मुझे अपना काम करना है, चाहे कितना कम मिले, मुझे अच्छा काम करना है, और मेरे दादा के लिए जो मैंने लेगेसी छोड़नी है, वो ये होनी चाहिए, लोग बोले कि हाँ, सरदार मलिक का ग्रैंडसन अमल मलिक था जिसने ये काम किया, ये इसकी फिराक है. This is his madness.
It becomes very tough to please Amal as a composer क्योंकि वो बहुत ही hard task master है.
In the new lot, though doing solo song, Amal has the potential of taking over the film and to deliver all kind of song and do a whole film. He has the understanding of, he has the versatility of being the next big Hindi film music.
And Amal, of course, कोई किसी से जबरदस्ती कोई चीज कर नहीं सकता. अमल में वो talent, bringing back the format and yet keeping the freshness of today's contemporary melody alive. I think he's created something very special, very different.
And Amal is a beautiful composer. As in he's the current favorite of everybody. He's making music that's मतलब touching everybody's heart.
क्योंकि बहुत ही बढ़िया गाना दिया हमको. शुक्रिया. Please let's hear it for Amal guys.
अमाल के म्यूजिक में इतनी कशिश है कि देखो वरुण पीछे चले आए.
I'm very close to my father, and whatever I am, wherever little I've reached in 2 years of my career as a composer, that whole angst, that fire ki kuch karna hai, came from him.
Everyone in my family is like a composer. My grandfather Sardar Malik, uncle Anu Malik, and my dad Dabu Malik. So music was like throughout 24/7. I'm just like, even when you're sleeping there's music happening, you're waking up there's music. So my initial years when I was up till my 10th grade, I used to stay with my grandfather. He was the most learned musician of the family, whereas Anu uncle and dad have not got any formal training, but they're composers they're just born composers, so they just have it. So I grew up learning Trinity College of London. I did piano.
Okay.
But the Indian classical influence was never learned. I got informally trained by my grandfather, who used to mix up jazz with Hindustani. So when I saw that influence somewhere, then I got interested.
Obviously, मेरे hero तो मेरे dad ही है.
As a son, it's not something that I'm unhappy about, but I think it was very important for him to, at least when he told me that, when I went to him and I told him, I know music, I can do something. If you feel I should be doing something, so just tell me, मैं कर लूँगा. That's when he told me कि now is the time you should get out into the world, learn, accumulate all the knowledge, and then when you feel you're prepared, come as a composer. I think those 16 to 23 mein I've worked with the biggest composers, done assisting jobs for so many people. So I think all of that was for this final dream to just take it to favorite. Bollywood music mein, I think Preetham is someone who really is really close to me also, because when I started getting into music and I had this whole baggage of the Anu Maliks and the Dabu Maliks of my life, like I love them, but sometimes what happens is, because you belong from this
Pressure, the legacy.
Composer legacy, and then it's not very easy to break out, and everyone thinks you'll either make a tan tara or you'll make a thoda sa pyar hua hai. That's it. Like what? Like how far will the apple fall from the tree was the question. But he and Salim Sulaiman, I think I have 4-5 influences who really helped me grow as a musician. Sandeep Chauta, Amar Mohile. So I think these 4 people have been my influences in my growing years. Like when I was 16, I started assisting them, and I think it took me around 6-7 years of learning and 20 odd films with Salim Sulaiman and Preetham to know what film music is. It was a journey till the age of 22 or 23, when Salman Khan heard a song that I had done with Arman for his album. There was a song called Love You Till the End, which made its way into Jai Ho later.
Yes.
At that point of time, I was doing Cocktail, the background score with Salim Sulaiman.
Okay.
So I was finishing the score, and suddenly the phone rings at 2:30, and it's a Salman Khan calling. And you don't know whether you're in trouble or it's a good chance. So it's always with him, you know. We have that relationship. He has been really kind enough to, you know, I asked him also, I said, are you sure I'm ready for this? I don't know if I can be a composer yet. He said, no. Then he asked, ये तुमने बनाया या किसी और ने बनाया? So I said, no, I've made this song. He said, so it's enough. When I was doing Jai Ho, I told him, are you sure we're going down an EDM, a pure EDM space, and you're known for the dinka chikas and the, you know, all that kind of space. And Tere Mast Mast. I said, do you think this music you'll associate with? He said, even if it doesn't suit me or doesn't associate with me, if you do something new and fail, you will still be able to stand up. But if you do something which all of the others have been doing for me, then you will never even stand out. So I didn't realize it then, but my music really didn't kick ass how it's supposed to, you know, of Salman Khan launching new guy, and, you know, everyone has so many expectations and it's pinned onto you, you know, he's the next, whatever.
Big thing.
And it was like, this is not nowhere. I remember 7-8 months tha where I did not have any work, and I was actually quitting the industry and deciding that I should not do music.
और इस टाइम पे नैना आया।
When this opportunity came, सूरज डुबाई के साथ हमेशा एक ये चीज थी that whenever I used to pitch it, कोई ना कोई उसमें कोई नोक्स या कोई गलती निकाल के बोलता था, ये गाने में ये वर्क नहीं कर रहा है, ये वर्क नहीं कर रहा है, and they always had a problem with the word मतलबी. सबको लगता था नेगेटिव है, but I think it's a very positive word, क्योंकि my song tells everyone to forget the world and do your own thing. 2-3 साल से ये song अपनी जगह ढूंढ रहा था, जब I went to T Series and met Bhushan Kumar, who heads the company, and he was the only one who said कि ये बहुत अच्छी लाइन है, रहनी चाहिए, and that's where I said I'm sold. This song is yours. पता रहे ना किसी का
Suraj Dubai, and that is what has made me who I am. I believe it's my lucky boy, and it was Suraj Dubai के बाद we did something which was completely different, which was like a Zindagi Aa Raha Hoon Main. And Tiger Shroff came with this idea along with Ahmed Khan sir and Bhushan sir, that let's do a single for his fans, a way to give back to them. And we went to a new style, even though I didn't want to do a party track. EDM is still okay, you know. So we went into a mode of EDM and Atif Aslam coming in. So I felt every time there should be something unique. Atif Aslam has never done an electronic track. Plus it had a little country music vibe. So it was a mix of 2-3 genres. And I was happy it is not part of the film.
जब ये गाना बन के पूरा आ गया था, तो इस गाने के ऊपर वीडियो का कॉन्सेप्ट बना था. इन जिंदगी आ रहा हूँ मैंने एक आइडिया था कि वी हैड टू encourage the youngsters, tell them about life, confidence. इधर हम लोग ने रिवर्स किया, पहले एक गाना बना और उसके ऊपर एक स्टोरी बनाई गई. आसमां के परे एक जहां है कहीं, झूठ सच का वहां कायदा ही नहीं.
Apart from films, I've done something to at least try and revive the indie scene, and the response has been great. And then when this worked, then I got a chance to do different films. I did a film like Leela, where I recreated a track with Uzair Jaswal. Then I did Saiya Superstar, which is completely, I still feel not my style. I don't know how I made it, because it's a full Desi Shadi number and I'm not Desi. So, but you know, these things start falling out.
2 साल पहले जब ये गाना बना था, ये बिना एक फिल्म, बिना एक स्क्रिप्ट, बिना एक डायरेक्टर, सबके बिना मैंने जस्ट एक थॉट दिया था सलमान सर को, और उन्होंने ये थॉट सुना और उन्होंने कहा कि ये बहुत ही अलग है, क्योंकि यूजुअली जो गाने होते हैं विद द वर्ड हीरो, दे हैव टू मच ऑफ हीरोइज्म, टू मच ऑफ डांसिंग, और एक वो एटीट्यूड वाले सॉन्ग्स होते हैं. इसमें बिल्कुल नहीं है. इसमें एक्चुअली द बॉय सेज कि किस हक से मैं कहूँ कि मैं हूँ हीरो तेरा. सो दैट ब्रिंग्स अ लिटिल एलिमेंट ऑफ रोमांस एंड यू नो लिटिल हेल्पलेसनेस जो हम सब में होती है इन आवर रिलेशनशिप. दिल है ये सोचता फिर भी नहीं पता किस हक से कहूँ बता कि मैं हूँ हीरो तेरा. इसी फिल्म में एक गाना है कॉल्ड ओ खुदा, जो मैंने और पलक मुछाल ने गाया. उस गाने के हो जाने के बाद, पूरा एल्बम मिक्स हो जाने के बाद, ये गाने ने एक लास्ट मिनट एंट्री मारी एल्बम में. एक दूजे से बिछड़े तो सांस लिए बिन मर जाए ओ खुदा.
God has been kind, and my producers and directors have been kind. They let me do what I want. And then I did a Char Shaniwar. And so, you know, all is well. Roy, Hate Story 3 being my very big hit. It was, we did a recreation of Tumhe Apna Banane Ka, and that song is still topping charts, which is unbelievable, and the film's also hit. For me, it would be Main Rahu Ya Na Rahu, because there's something in that song, because it was never made out of any situation. There was no motive behind it. It was plain, it's actually mine and Arman's tribute to our grandfather, Shri Sardar Malik, who was a great composer, who's done songs like Saranga Teri Yaad Mein and many beautiful songs. So, before he passed on, when I was in my 10th standard in school, he had looked at me and he told me he just pointed at me and said, "You just be the biggest composer of this country." And those were his last words to me. And I remember before dying, he used to always say, "I want to do an album, I want to do an album." So maybe he missed out on a dream. So when I heard the lyrics of this song that Rashmi Virag wrote and we started making the tune, I was in tears because I felt it was him talking to me. Because it says, "Main rahu ya na rahu, tum mujh mein kahin baki rehna." You know, so these things. So for me, and luckily that song has flown. I have never seen any non-film song of mine only in the last, Zindagi Aaram and all have been like 25, 26 million. Jalwan Jate also been there. After 4-5 months. This has reached a 15 million in 2-3 weeks. So there must be something, there is his blessing, there is something in that song that I connect to. So that would be my most favorite song for me this year. My seniors who I've worked with and assisted for so many, like Salim Sulaiman and Amar Mohile, Preetam, Sandeep Chota, all these guys, when they have responded in such a beautiful way, when my music is done well, they have also been like an audience and said, I really like that song. So kahin na kahin se I'm getting good feedback for the songs, which gives me, more confidence to do better. 6 films odd films that I did, like Airlift, an MS Dhoni, a Kapoor and Sons, a Baar Baar Dekho, then a Baghi. So all of them somewhere had, most of the stories, the scripts were so different, and to jump from one film's genre of music to the other was the toughest thing was my challenge the whole year, because doing a Dhoni was, I knew that everything is, this is my 2 aces, which is MSD. Yeah. And I was doing the whole album. So that was the main focus, but still, because I had already done one song or two songs in those films, they also needed that. And I still don't have a team. So it's all on me to like jump a genre from the Saw Asman to make a Besabriya, then do a Kar Gayi Chul, and then do a Soch Na Sake. So that was the tough too. Badrinath Ki Dulhania is set in the north, in UP, Bihar kind of setting. So to make music for that kind of language, also that bridge bhasha, and still make it catchy is the biggest challenge.
जो भिड़ा तेरे जो भिड़ा तेरे नैनों से ताका तो आशिक सरेंडर हुआ जो भिड़ा तेरे नैनों से ताका तो आशिक सरेंडर हुआ तूने शर्मा के विंडो से झांका तो आशिक सरेंडर हुआ सुन ओरी गोरी मोहब्बत में तोरी न जाने कब जून से दिसंबर हुआ तूने इंग्लिश में जब हमको डांटा तो आशिक सरेंडर हुआ
recent award functions where you thought that certain things are just not right, like whether it is nominations or predominantly it was about the nominations, but my friend, this has been going on for many years anyway, so why raise a voice now than you could have done it a few years back?
I think no one wanted to hear my voice a few years back. So, I think this is the right time where I have a following that I think listens to my music, and they are not just here for my music. they feel कि, you know, he at least puts forth what. There are some songs of mine which I never liked, and I never used to over promote them, saying, you know, these many views, that many views, and a lot of my producers and all used to feel कि, why you not pushing the song. But it happens that I've recently also taken a decision that I don't want to do songs that I'm not, you know, sure about or happy with. So that is one thing that I think if I don't do it now, when I have that standing and when people are listening to me, then ऐसा नहीं हो जाए कि in 10 years when I'll not have it, or then when I'll have maybe reached a position and then say now that you can say it. So I didn't want it to be there. I wanted to say it when I thought is the right.
एक point है अभी, see the people who are in power, obviously the producers, the directors, actors also till a point. You know, music labels most importantly.
Right.
It's a trend that labels started. एंड सी आप देखोगे तो बहुत पहले विशाल शेखर ने बचना हसीनो एक गाना किया था, which was a tribute in a way and a remake, and that was very tastefully done. तो it was nice क्योंकि एक बार आया एंड उस साल में 15 रीमेक नहीं थे, you know, so it just didn't become a trend कि originals कम हो गए. Today what's happening is that even though me or like many composers may have a lot of original stuff available or they've created or they can create, you know, I'm sure every musician from Bollywood or non-film also has that spark कि हम बना सकते हैं original. Is sometimes forced, you know, कि आप ये गाना recreate कर लो यार, we don't have the time. So I think it's not just कि trend है, it's more on many other factors. It's that it's working, it's worked for several songs.
They feel it's a safe,
you know,
काम चलाओ भी हो रहा है.
हाँ, तो वो एक चीज से मैं बचता हूँ. You know, like I have done remakes. I did सोच ना सके, which was a Punjabi pop song by Hardy Sandhu and B Prak. मैंने उसे एयरलिफ्ट में एक अपना अंदाज दिया. मेरी अरेंजमेंट थी, मैंने नए अंतरे बनाए. You know, I don't rework any song till I first have the rights. Like dutifully I get the lawyers to work, get the contracts in place, respect the original artist, because वो एक उसका कल अगर 5 साल बाद if someone remakes Suraj Duba and I'm not even informed about it, or any iconic song that maybe in my career I might feel bad, you know. So keeping that in mind, I have always made the labels or the producers make me connect to the artist, and I have played my versions to them so that they are happy with what I am trying to attempt. So in सोच ना सके, when I did कुछ भी नहीं है ये जहां तू है तो है इसमें जिंदगी, अब मुझको जाना है कहाँ के तू है सफर है आखिरी. This was not part of the original song. When Hardy Sandhu and those boys heard this, they fell in love with that, and till now also he tells me I perform your version on my shows. So that respect is something for me. The original artist अगर खुश है मेरे काम से and he doesn't feel that I have destroyed his creation, then I'm happy to do it. And if I can add an Amal Malik angle to that, अगर मैं वो नहीं अपना musicality उस remake में नहीं ला पाता हूँ, तो मैं वो remake करता नहीं हूँ. मैंने in my 40-50 songs जितने भी आए हैं, मैंने 3 या 4 remakes किए हैं. And like recently in Badrinath की दुल्हन there was Tamma Tamma, which I did not do. So you know, it was done by another composer who did it brilliantly. It's all on how I can speak for myself कि मैं चाहता हूँ कि और ओरिजिनल म्यूजिक आए, क्योंकि वी कैन रियली डू दिस. एंड यू नो, एक ट्रेंड को फॉलो करना भी जरूरी है, क्योंकि प्रोड्यूसर्स को एक है अभी वो एक चीज है कि रीमेक आता है 3-4 डेज, ऑडियंस भी उसे एक गलत नजर से देखती है, कहती है कि क्यों किया आपने, गालियां पड़ती यूट्यूब पे कमेंट्स पे. बट इवन आफ्टर 4 days आई फील देयर इज अ लिटिल हिपोक्रेसी इन द ऑडियंस. यू नो, दे एवरी सैटरडे नाइट यू विल सी द सेम ऑडियंस जिन्होंने 4 दिन पहले गाली दी, वो गाना डीजे को रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं कि सर हम्मा लगा दो, सर तम्मा लगा. सो यू नो दैट, so the audience at the end of the day is running that song. So that is, if the audience stops responding, it's very important for the public to say कि नहीं यार, नहीं सुनना है, जाओ. The minute those views stop coming, the minute those streams stop going, that's when maybe the producers will come back to doing this. And it's a stand, maybe I will only do a remake if I can bring my angle to it, and if I can work on a song without destroying it. If I cannot do that, then मैं वो remake नहीं करूँ.